Okay, the recording has been started and I will start my class lah. Okay, so today kita belajar pasal quantum mechanical models. Okay, so hari tu kita tengok Bohr's kan, kita tengok Bohr's have this, dia cakap tengah ni ada nucleus and then electron dia orbit around the nucleus. Dia macam ni lah, bumi orbit the sun. But when we do further research, kita kaji, we do the equation, the mathematical equation, we found out that electron does not orbit macam Earth around the sun. Ingat tak hari tu saya cakap pasal a tennis ball dibaling and the electron dilontarkan. When you see that electron has this wave, have this wave characteristic to it bila dia gerak, particle wave duality. Okay, considering that, okay, they found out that electrons don't actually pusing je keliling. Electron actually occupies an area keliling dekat, contohnya this area, right, this area, electron ada this at this area, but you cannot know because we only know the probability. Okay, dalam matematik dah belajar ke belum probability, kebarangkalian. Okay, kita tak tahu dia punya tempat, tapi kita can only know kebarangkalian dia untuk ada dekat sini berapa banyak, kebarangkalian dia untuk ada dekat sini berapa banyak. Okay, so this is the thing yang kita akan belajar today. So kita akan belajar pasal terms of orbital, and then kita ada this 4 quantum numbers yang kita akan belajar. Macam saya cakap tadi, ini basically address electron lah. Address electron. And then kita akan belajar sketch the sp and d orbital. Kita actually ada s, p, d and f orbital. Okay, tapi for your syllabus kita akan sketch this orbital saja. And untuk exam, you guys have to know the correct orbitals je lah, because nanti exam objektif. Tapi we don't know that they orang might change untuk ke subjektif yang you guys kena sketch. But so far objektif lah, so don't worry. Just have to know, nanti masuk uni korang akan belajar benda yang sama juga. Okay, saya kejap. Okay, next time masuk on time ya. Okay, now macam saya cakap tadi, electronic configuration, okay, electronic configuration is basically what we are saying of address electron. So bayangkan, so this is an example of orbitals lah. So it is like apartments yang electron boleh duduk. So ada si husband and wife duduk, maybe dekat rumah yang kedua, ketiga. Okay, so it's like a family of electron lah. So sorry yang ni tergerak, dia sepatutnya negative charge kat ini. Okay, and this is diorang punya address. Okay, diorang ditulis dalam this format. So we have this, we have this, we have this, and we have this. We have 4 numbers equivalent to the 4 quantum numbers yang kita akan belajar ni lah. Okay, and it is denoted as N, L, M, S. Kita akan tengok apa benda tu. So it is called orbital that electrons occupy. Okay, so kita akan tengok rumah electron. So kita tengok rumah dia, kalau dekat sini apa dia punya alamat, kalau dia duduk dekat sini apa alamatnya, and kenapa dia boleh duduk sini, and kenapa apa alamat dia. Okay, very simple quantum mechanics. So let's see the definition of atomic orbital first. Okay, atomic orbitals is defined as the 3-dimensional space where the probability of finding electron is the highest. Okay, so an orbital, okay, nanti you guys akan tengok ada bentuk orbitals yang macam, contohlah bentuk orbital yang macam ni. So maksudnya that orbitals, kalau contohlah you guys tiba-tiba nak cari encik elektron ni, dia tak bayar hutang awak. So the probability of you nak find encik elektron ni is dalam area yang bentuk dia macam ni. Okay. Okay. It depends on energy electron tu and other factors lah. So it's just that orbitals is tempat yang you guys boleh cari dia. Okay, kalau you guys nak bertaruh, okay, you guys nak gamble that, okay, where can I find Mr. Electron when I have only one chance untuk cari dia. So you akan cari sini lah, kan? Okay, so that is the definition of atomic orbitals. Okay, this is the 4 quantum number yang kita akan belajar. So the first one is the principal quantum number, where it represent the energy level. So maksudnya berapa banyak, ibaratkan kekayaan elektron tu lah. So lagi kaya lagi tinggi dia duduk. Nanti kita akan tengok. Angular momentum quantum number. Angular momentum ni some books also call it azimuthal. Azimuthal quantum number. Okay. So azimuthal ni untuk orang lama-lama suka guna ayat ni, suka guna perkataan ni. Tapi sekarang kita all call angular momentum quantum number lah. It just that some older books call it azimuthal quantum number. Okay, saya pun tak tahulah siapa Azim ni. Okay, and then so it determines the orbital shape yang kita akan sketch nanti, and then we have magnetic quantum number, determines dia punya orientation, and we have spin. Spin kita ada dua, satu up, satu down. Itu je. So we have dia orang punya kekayaan, kita have dia orang punya jenis rumah, kita have dia orang punya rumah tu corner lot ke, tengah-tengah ke, ataupun dekat hujung jalan ke, and then kita ada yang duduk dalam rumah tu lelaki atau perempuan. Okay, that's the gist of quantum number. So let's see the first principal quantum number. Okay, principal quantum number, it determines the distance of the orbital from nucleus and the energy of the orbitals. Okay, so maksudnya, okay, N, okay, it determines dia punya total energy. Macam saya cakap lah tadi, contohnya kekayaan elektron tu lah, kekayaan dia. Okay, and the number is always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Dia takkan ada yang N equal to, dia takkan ada N equal to 1.2. Dia tak ada. Dia tak ada N equal to 1.3. Tak ada. Dia always integers. So, ingat tak saya bagi tahu itu pasal magnet. And kan. Okay, bayangkan you ada magnet. And then you. Okay. Diorang kalau boleh nak duduk dekat-dekat kan. And kalau you nak tarik one of the magnet further away from the other magnet, you need to have energy. You need to tarik kuat dia untuk lepaskan dia daripada tarikan yang magnet pertama lah. So same thing as the principal quantum number. So imagine this is the nucleus. And this is the electron. Okay. Lagi banyak energy kita supply to this electron, lagi jauh lah kita boleh tolak dia kan. So orbital size, lagi tinggi energy, n equal to 1 maksudnya energy dia rendah lah, n equal to 2 energy dia tinggi, 3, okay, so energy dia increase as n increase. So lagi jauh lah elektron tu boleh duduk daripada nukleus, dia boleh berpisah dengan jarak yang jauh. So orbital kita besar. Faham so far? Okay ke so far? Saya tak nampak korang tau.
Okay.
Okay, good. So let's go on. So which one of this number is the principal quantum number? It is always the first number kita akan tulis. So the first number yang kita tulis tu is the value of n. Okay. So it is, dia macam ni lah. I put a simplified version of the orbitals. So kalau dia duduk dekat floor nombor, kita ada floor nombor 1, floor nombor 2 and floor nombor 3. Any electron yang duduk kat floor nombor 1, dia punya principal quantum number is 1. And then dekat floor nombor 2 kita ada dia punya principal quantum number is 2. So macam itulah alamat dia. So the very first thing yang kita tulis is dia punya floor number. Okay. So and then nanti kita akan tengok on 2.3 kita akan tengok why floor number 1 just ada 1 orbital, floor number 2 ada 4 orbital, and floor number 3 pun ada 4 orbital. Kita akan tengok nanti on 2.3. So now it is, so another way untuk orang tulis is, this is the principal quantum number, the value of principal quantum number. Kita tulis kat depan. And S ni, it is the orbital shape. Okay. So kita ada 4 orbital shape. S, P, D, F. Okay. So kalau dia cakap 1S, maksudnya principal quantum number dia is 1 and orbital shape dia is S. Okay. So tak payah pening-pening pasal orbital shape lagi. Just I want to show you that the bigger the principal quantum number, okay, lagi tinggi principal quantum number tu, lagi besarlah orbital dia. Okay, it just so to happen that S orbital is a round shape and it's easier to demonstrate this. Okay, so the higher principal quantum number, the electron is further away. Okay, sebab dia ada higher energy, sebab itulah dia boleh duduk jauh. Sebab kalau boleh, kalau you guys ingat, dalam nucleus kita ada proton which is positive charge and electron is negative charge. So they tend to be attracted to each other. So when we have more energy, higher energy, we can separatekan dia orang. Okay. So now let's see on angular momentum quantum number. Ni yang saya cakap tadi, some books call it azimuthal quantum number. So this is angular momentum quantum number. It determines the shape of the orbitals. Okay. And it is step by step. We always know the principal quantum number dulu, baru kita tahu what's the possible value for angular momentum quantum number. Okay. So it is ibarat macam ni lah. So this is the rules. So it is ibarat macam ni. So you have RM1. Okay. RM1 and you, kalau boleh you tak nak lah you punya pocket kosong. So if you have RM1, what is the possible thing yang you boleh beli dalam integers values je? Tapi you need RM1 in your pockets. Okay. Maksudnya you tak boleh nak spend lah. So the only thing yang you boleh ada is 0. Okay. And then if kalau you ada RM2, you boleh spend untuk 0 and RM1. Okay. Your mom bagi you duit and then your mom cakap beli je lah apa-apa, tapi you always kena ada RM1 dalam pocket you, right? Okay. So kalau your mom bagi RM3, you boleh sampai 0, 1 and 2 saja. Boleh beli barang. So dia punya values, okay, untuk value else, okay, dia bergantung kepada value n. So which is the principal quantum number. So contohlah you adalah kaya sangat and you punya principal quantum number is 5. So the amount yang you boleh beli, okay, which is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, dia cuma daripada, kalau you punya principal quantum number is 5, you punya L value is 0 sampai n-1, which is 4 lah. n-1 which is 5 minus 1, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it is straightforward enough. So what is the possible L value untuk n equal to 7? Okay, n7 and n equal to 8.
Sir,
Yeah?
boleh tak tukar warna pen tu? Warna kuning tak berapa jelas lah, sir.
Tak nampak ya? Okay, tak apa, saya tukarkan. So n equal to 5, L should equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is n minus 2 minus 1. Okay, we have 0 sampai n minus 2, 1. Okay, kalau n equal to 7, L kita boleh possible sampai, kalau nak type dalam chat pun boleh. Kalau n kita equal to 7. Okay. Yes, it is sampai 6, tapi bukan 6 saja tau. Yes, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so maksudnya, yes, good. Okay, faham? So maksudnya, kalau n kita 7, kita boleh beli contohlah candy yang 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Kalau 8, sampai 7 lah. 0 sampai 7. Okay. So, bukannya bermaksud L value dia ada satu je. It's just that, kalau n untuk 7, kita akan ada L value. Kita akan ada L value. Kita akan ada 6 L value. Okay. So, but untuk you punya syllabus, kita akan tengok L value sampai 3 saja. And this is, you have to take note lah. It is, you have to hafal. That untuk L value 0, we have, it is called orbital shape S. And untuk L value 1, we have orbital shape P, and then D and F. Okay, the subsequent orbital shape lah. And untuk shape yang kita akan belajar is only S sampai D. Okay, kita akan belajar macam mana nak lukis. So, this one you have by hook or by crook. A lot of people do a common mistake here. Bila contohnya n equal to 4. Okay, a lot of people yang do a common mistake cakap L value dia is 1, 2, 3. This is wrong sebab you tertinggal. Always remember L value always start dengan 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, boleh? Sebab 0 we have our own orbital which is S, P, D, F. Okay, sebab I see so many student that cakap the value of L1 dah S, P, D. So this is wrong. This is very wrong. Always remember that L always start dengan 0. Okay. So, macam tadi kita dah tengok nombor depan ni is N. Okay. Nombor kedua is L, which is the angular momentum number. So, this is, so dalam you punya floor, you ada subfloor, and that is the L lah. Okay, macam this one is L0, and jangan risau, I akan tunjuk why it is 0 and why it is 1. Okay, just to give you an idea dulu. Okay, so this is the general shape of the orbitals. We have S, P, and D. Okay, so untuk S, which is L equal to 0, orbital dia memang bulat sahaja. Okay, And untuk L equal to 1, dia ada bentuk dumbbell, which is dia bentuk is either this way or this way or this way. So untuk L equal to 2, which is d orbital, okay, d orbital, dia punya bentuk is clover leaf shape, which is kalau you tengok betul-betul, it is just dumbbell darab 2 je. Okay. Okay. Untuk orbital maksudnya just instead of only have one dumbbell, dia ada 2 dumbbell. Like that, macam bunga. Okay. So, let's see the question. Okay. Let's do ni lah, 2 ni saja. Okay. Untuk n equal to 3 and L equal to 4, determine the possible L value. So, n equal to 3, the L value should only... Okay, apa dia punya L value? Boleh tak tolong bagi tahu saya? Dekat dalam chat pun tak apa. Yes. N is 0, 1 and 2. Okay, very good. So, if you see, okay, sebenarnya untuk you tengok ni, the amount of L value, berapa banyak value L yang you ada, is corresponding to the number of N. Okay, so kalau N 3, maksudnya you akan ada 3 L value lah. Tapi, it's just that dia akan start dengan 0, 1 and 2. So, kita ada 3 L value, tapi L value kita takkan ada 3. Takkan ada number 3. Takkan ada. So, kalau lah you guys, alamak, tak ingat lah N. So, N equal to 4. So, berapa ni? So, adakah L value dia 1, 2, 3, 4? No, sebab termasuk 4. And then, oh ya, yeah, dia akan always start dengan 0. So, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So, dia akan habis kat 3. Salah lah. 0.2 and 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so dia ada 4 value tapi dia punya value takkan sama dengan N. So based on the L determines the subshell or orbital shape. Okay, sometimes they call orbital shape, sometimes they call subshell. So subshell or orbital shape, it is just the shape of the orbital lah. Just kita namakan macam kita namakan tadi, which is 0, 1 or... So, abaikanlah this one. So, 0, 1, 2, and 3. 0, we have the subshell of S. And then kita ada P. And then kita ada D. And then kita ada F. So, kalau 0, it is S. And then untuk 1, it is P. And then D. And this one pun sama lah. So, S, P, D, F. Okay. This is the by far yang the most kita guna. Kalau dalam periodic table pun, kita akan guna sampai F lah. Tapi ada je elemen yang akan ada lebih L lebih daripada 3, which is ada 4. Okay. So, contohlah kalau N2 equal to 7 tadi, kita ada L is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We know that daripada 0 sampai 3, we know that this one is S, P, D, F kan? So, kalau 4 ni, apa pula? Apa huruf dia? Boleh guess tak? Cuba teka. Apa huruf yang lepas daripada F? Okay, boleh teka tak korang? Okay, it's actually very simple. Yes, some of you got it right. It is G. Okay. So, contohlah tiba-tiba soalan tu kan, saja nak buat jahat korang, dia bagi value yang F dia, value yang L dia sampai 4. It's just that, kalau lepas pada F, you just tulis ikut alphabet. So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Okay, macam tu lah. So, teruskan. So, it just, why dia orang letak S, P, D, F? Okay. Sekejap So, kenapa dia orang letak S and P and D and F? So, it's just that, remember tak yang line kita tengok daripada hidrogen tu kan? Kita ada Balmer, kita ada Lyman semua tu kan? Lines. Okay. Tak semua line yang kita nampak dalam hydrogen spectrum tu is the same. Okay. Some of the lines are very sharp. Okay. Some of the lines are very sharp. You guys nampak that is a line. Okay. Some of it are always ada. Okay. Some of it are always ada, and kalau apa-apa pun dia always ada at the exact same lines. And some of it is not actually a line, but you nampak macam is a lot of diffuse line. Okay, dia nampak a lot of like very carbo. Line tu is very carbo, and then I can't remember the F, but so this is basically why it is called SPDF lah. So, untuk S it is called sharp. It is because line yang kita nampak untuk S, they always sharp. Okay. Untuk P, it is called principal. And D is diffuse, while F it is fundamental. Tak cukup tempat. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we have these 4 lines yang we often nampak. Selalunya kalau kita buat line ni, kita akan nampak these 4 line. Sebab itulah most of the time kita akan tengok SPDF je lah. So G, H, I, J ni kita nampak. So, but at that time, scientists dah ran out of idea nak namakan apa. So, dia just ikut alphabet. So, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. So, kita have sharp, principal, diffuse, and fundamental lines. So, that's why it called SPDF. This one you have to hafal lah. SPDF samaan dengan 0, 1, 2, 3. So, now, berdasarkan SPDF tu, kita dah tahu dia punya bentuk orbitals tu. Kita nak tahu pula orbitals tu dia duduk macam mana. So that's why we have magnetic quantum number. Why it is called magnetic? Sebab the orientation of the orbitals, so dia duduk sini ke ataupun dia duduk macam ni ke, it can influence the magnetic characteristic of the elements lah. Okay. So just that you know, okay. You tahu kan, kenapa some besi magnet boleh melekat, and some besi magnet dia tak melekat, kan? Macam stainless steel, kalau you letak magnet tak melekat. Macam mangkuk yang mak korang guna untuk masak, some of that ada stainless steel, you letak magnet dia tak akan melekat. Why is that? Sebab the orientation of the orbital untuk yang boleh melekat, it is usually untuk elemen yang sebelah-sebelah dia adalah sama lah. So that's why dia akan melekat lah. So this is just information. So magnetic quantum number kita determines the orientation of the orbital in space. Okay. And this also ada rules juga. So M dia bergantung kepada nilai L. Of course lah, bergantung kepada bentuk dia lah. So, kalau L equal 0, which is S, kan? S, kalau you guys remember, bentuk dia bulat tadi. So, bulat, apa je orientation yang ada? Bulat, you pusing ke kiri, still bulat. You pusing ke kanan, still bulat. You hempuk dia pun still bulat, kan? While L equal to 1, the shape is P, you have P orbitals. P orbitals, kalau you guys ingat, it is a dumbbell shape. So, dumbbell shape ni, kita ada 3 orientation. Sebab kan, okay, kenapa kita ada 3 orientation? kalau you guys tengok, we draw everything in 3-dimensional. So, kalau 3 dimension, kita use 3 axis, right? So, Z, maybe Y, and maybe X. Okay, so since we draw everything in 3-dimensional, we also look everything in 3-dimensional. So, kalau dia bentuk dumbbell, dia boleh duduk dekat sama ada this orientation ataupun dia duduk dekat this orientation, ataupun kita juga boleh pusing dia dekat this orientation. Right. So maksudnya dia ada 3 orientation. Nak duduk dekat part CX ke, part CY ke, part CZ. Okay. And this untuk 2, we have d orbitals and we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Cara nak tulis ni macam ni boleh dapat 0, 3, 5 and then 7. Ya, betul ke 7? 7, betul. So macam mana boleh dapat tu? So if you guys tengok, L equal to 4. So if L equal to 4, the possible M value dia, okay, which is daripada plus L hingga 0 hingga ke negatif L. So maksudnya kalau L is equivalent to 4, so M value is plus 4, okay, berkurang kan, nak sampai 0 kan, plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 and then 0. Tak habis lagi, kita tak sampai ke negatif lagi. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3 and then sampai negative 4. Okay, maksudnya untuk M value orientation dia berdasarkan L. Okay, contoh kalau L 4, dia mesti start dengan, tak kisahlah you nak start dengan negatif 4 ke positif 4 pun sama. Kalau you nak start negatif 4, negatif 3, negatif 2 sampai positif 4, also same. Maksudnya kita akan start dengan 4, berakhir dengan 4. One thing to take note, dia punya charge ataupun positif and negatif always tulis, because you have to tulis positif or negatif sebab dia bukannya value positif or negatif. Okay, we have positive and negative to denotes orientation. Okay, maksudnya positif or negatif ni so that we know that whether dia naik atas ke orbital tu, ke bawah ke kiri ke. Faham? Okay. And just that you need to remember, okay, nilai N untuk dia limits nilai L and then nilai L limits nilai M. So N, don't worry, dia akan dibagi. So untuk dapatkan nilai L, we have 0 until N minus 1 kan. And M kita akan dapat daripada plus L sampai 0 sampai negatif L. Okay. So contohnya untuk N equal to 3, okay, dia bagi N equal to 3. Possible number untuk L, we have 0, 1 and 2 lah kan, which is S, P and D. So untuk each of S, P and D, they also have their own orientation. So untuk S, macam tadi saya cakap, dia bentuk bulat, so you only have one orientation. Untuk P, dia bentuk dumbbell, we have 3 M values, which is dia ada 3 orientation. Okay. Untuk D, which is dia bentuk cloverfield, okay. Okay. Kenapa dia ada 5? Teruk betul saya punya clover leaf dia. Kalau you guys tengok, you make sense untuk dia ada 3 orientation jugalah kan. Tapi we use this, kita guna mathematical equation untuk determine dia punya orientation. And we know that nanti saya akan tunjuk that D also have bentuk yang lain lah. Dia bentuk dari donat tengah. Okay, that's why dia ada 5 orientation. So far, you just need to know quantum mechanics. Untuk quantum number, only 3 value ni je yang susah. So, N, kita tahu dia punya energy. Lepas tu, kita tahu dia punya shape. Okay, kita tahu dia punya shape, which is daripada energy dia sampai energy minus 1. And then kita tahu dia punya shape orientation. Okay, the orientation based on the shape lah. Kalau shape tu bulat ada satu je. Kalau dumbbell dia ada 3. And then kalau clover leaf dia ada 5. Okay, the final quantum number is the easiest. Okay, this one so far the easiest. Kalau you guys tak dapat ni, saya tak tahu lah. Spin quantum number. Okay, spin quantum number ni tak payah pening-pening. It's either plus half or minus half. Tu je. Okay, so we thought that, okay, kita ingatkan elektron tu dia bergerak saja. But apparently electron also spin around. Okay, masa dia gerak tu dia macam ballerina, dia terpusing. Okay, macam kalau you guys nak bayangkan bumi lah. Bumi goes around the sun. So this is the sun. Bumi goes around the sun. Okay, but bumi also spin kan. It spin around dia punya axis kan. So that's why we have siang and malam. Same thing happen to electron. So we denotes that plus half and minus half. Okay, untuk dia spin clockwise ataupun anti-clockwise. Alright. But it does not necessarily mean kalau negative half is anti-clockwise and positive half is clockwise. It is interchangeable. Okay, tak bermaksudnya plus half tu clockwise. It just denotes that, contohlah ada 2 elektron, we just denote this plus half and minus half. Maksudnya dia adalah spin yang berbeza. Dia orang tak spin dekat axis orientation yang sama lah. Tak spin clockwise dua-dua. Okay, so we have the 4 quantum numbers. And do you have any questions so far for the 4 quantum numbers? So we have 4 quantum numbers. Kita ada dia punya energy level, shape, orientation and spin. Spin ada 2 je. Is ada positive half, negative half. Okay, kalau you guys tengok, so nampak tak? Spin yang belakang sekali. Allah. Spin yang belakang sekali. So is a positive, negative half or positive half? Itu je. So the first 3 number tu, it is principal quantum number. And then kita tahu dia punya shape. And then kita tahu dia punya magnetic lah. Magnetic quantum number. Okay. So, and now let's look on the shape of the orbitals lah. Macam saya cakap tadi, untuk S bentuk dia bulat. Okay. Untuk any lines yang kita tengok adalah sharp line, the line is very sharp, maksudnya dia datang daripada elektron yang duduk dekat S orbital. Sebab it's very sharp because the electron is very defined. So, kawasan yang elektron tu duduk is very defined. It is a circular shape. It's not bulat lah, it's like a bola lah. It's because it's 3D kan. It's 3D, so it's like a bola. So we only have one orientation. Okay, sebab M value dia 0. Sebab, obviously bola. You pusing kiri kanan, still bola. So okay, S orbital. The common question is to sketch 1s, 2s, 3s. The common question dia tanya ni because dia nak you tunjuk the size different. So, bila N is higher, maksudnya energy level dia pun tinggi kan? So, orbital size orbital size dia pun akan jadi lagi besar. So usually like this lah, you can buat the center and you do case untuk 1s, 2s and then 3s. Okay. Untuk p orbital it is dumbbell shape. This dumbbell shape, so we have 3 orientation based on 3 axis yang kita ada. So kita ada axis X, Y and Z kan. So the orientation of the orbital, it is either on Z axis, so we denote it as PZ sebab dia duduk kat Z axis. Kalau dia duduk kat X axis, we have PX, and kalau kat Y, we have PY. Okay, simple enough. Okay, untuk values dia, usually kita akan letak plus 1, 0, 1 lah. Negative 1. Tapi, tak semestinya plus 1 is PZ, 0, and then 0 is PY. We just say that, since dia ada 3 values, so kita letak je lah ketiga-tiga. Tak semestinya negative 1 ni is PY. It also can be PX. We just saying that, since kita ada 3 M values, so kita ada 3 orientation. Okay. One thing to take note kalau nak sketch nanti, it is very crucial for you to know the axis, denote the axis, and also have the correct label, which is PX. Since soalan objektif, the question probably akan tanya which one is the correct orientation of the p orbital. So kalau dia buat dekat x-axis kan, orbital tu dekat x-axis, tapi dia tulis py, maksudnya itu salah lah, because this one dekat x-axis it is px. So kita akan belajar sampai D saja, okay? Sebab F kita ada 7, it's too much, and dalam universiti nanti kalau you guys ambil chemistry, you guys might akan jumpa lah. But now let's see on D orbitals. So we have 5 orientation sebab okay, and bila L equal to 2, M dia we have plus 2, plus 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. So we have 5 orientation. We have D, Y, Z. So apa maksud D, Y, Z? Maksudnya the orbital, okay, the orbital is between Y axis and Z axis. Kalau you guys nampak, the orbital is flat on the Y and Z axis. Okay, sama macam X dengan Z. So it is X axis and then Z axis. Okay, the orbital is flat on X dengan Z axis. Okay, one thing that is good for, okay, macam banyak tapi senang nak ingat. Okay, sebab kalau you guys tengok, we have 3 axis kan. So kita ada Z, X dengan Y. So the first 3 axis is gabungan dua daripada 3 ni. So we have ZX. So you letak, okay, this one. We have ZY. We have ZY, this one. We have XY, this one. Dah. Okay. Macam mana kalau you guys tulis macam ni, DZX? Adakah ini betul atau salah? It is also betul. Okay? Doesn't matter. We just denoting its axis. So you tulis DZY ke sama dengan D. Okay. These two axes are the same. We just denoting that orbital tu duduk dekat axis yang mana betul-betul dia. Okay. Untuk D orbital, there's only two yang you guys kena ingat. Okay. DZ squared, kita ada orbital dekat Z axis, and also kita ada donut in between it. Okay. While lagi satu, this one yang a lot of people make mistake, which is dx squared minus y squared. Okay, jangan lupa the squared. The axis is betul-betul on top of x axis dengan y axis. Sebab kalau you notice, contoh dyz, Okay, the orbital is not actually on y-axis, di in between y dengan z, kan? Nampak tak? Ni z-axis, is y-axis. It is in between. Okay, sama juga ini, it is in between. Okay, boleh ke so far? So we have 10 minutes untuk kita learn how to draw. Okay, so how I like you guys to draw the axis is buat bentuk X, and then the Z axis is in between. Okay, so take out your paper. Kalau ada paper, kertas kajang pun tak apa, nak guna kertas manjung pun tak apa, saya tak kisah, and A4 paper. Kita akan learn on how to draw the axis. Kita akan learn how to draw, start daripada S orbital. Okay, let's draw. Nampak kan my slide? Okay, good. Nampak. So, we have, you guys only need to know how to draw 0, 1 and 2, which is S, P and D. Okay, F, okay, bersyukur kita tak perlu nak draw sebab that one ada 7 ha. Mampus nak hafal 7-7 tu kan. So first, let's draw untuk when L equal to 0, which is S orbital. Okay, so that S orbital. Okay, S orbital, kalau you guys ingat, the S orbital bentuk dia bulat, So usually kalau anything yang berkaitan dengan S orbital, kita akan tunjuk soalan dia akan tanya pasal perbezaan size, itu je. So usually we have, so the first thing yang you need to draw, okay, is the axis, and draw the axis guna pen. Okay, why I want you to guna pen? Because nanti you nak draw the orbital usually guna pencil, and kalau you salah draw, you boleh padam without terpadam the axis. So this is how you nak lukis the axis So you buat X and then a straight line through. This is the easiest way untuk convey the position of the axis accurately every single time. So and then label lah. So I suka label Z dekat atas, and then okay, one thing to take note on this another common mistake is korang buat this one dekat this one Y, this one X, and then this one also need to be Y, also need to be X. Kalau you guys dah buat macam tu, kalau dah start ini X dengan Y, never one axis you buat Y kat atas, X kat bawah, and then the other axis you buat X, you dah buat Y. Nanti you punya drawing akan salah sebab you akan draw the same thing twice. Okay, always remember, kalau you dah buat Y kat atas, buat Y kat atas, X kat bawah. Kalau you start dengan X kat atas, semua kena start X kat atas. Okay, so untuk draw, usually untuk soalan ni dia akan tanya untuk 1S, 2S and 3S lah. So as we know that the higher the principal quantum number, the bigger the orbital will be. So you guys rasa nak guna color apa orbital? Pink lah. Okay, orbital kita warna pink. Alright, so untuk 1S, the thing yang you need to do is, okay, the center of each axis, okay, dekat mana dia intersect, that is the equivalent of your nucleus, tengah-tengah atom. So untuk 1S, you lukislah bulatan yang kecil. Okay, bulatan yang kecil. And then untuk yang 2S, tak semestinya how big you need to buat dia. It's just that in your drawing, it must have a visible size difference lah. Maksudnya, the pemeriksa can differentiate between 1S and 2S where you draw a bit bigger. And then 3s way bigger than 2s. Okay, color lah. Okay, 1s untuk s orbital, it is easy. It is very simple lah sebab dia bulat saja. So you guys perlu just make sure you guys draw the correct size lah. Okay, let's go on. L, lepas L equal to 0, we have L equal to 1. So L equal to 1, which is p orbital. So we have p orbital. P orbital dia bentuk dumbbell. Tapi dumbbell dia orang ni macam cacat sikit lah. Sebab dumbbell dia macam tirus dia macam tu. Okay. So, untuk p orbital, we have 3 orientation. Okay. Macam tadi, untuk s orbital, we have 1 orientation. Bulat je. Tapi saya lukis 3 sebab the question usually tanya the difference between this lah. Tapi untuk p orbital, we have 3 orientation. Okay, so first we draw the axis dulu. So the thing yang I want you to make sure is axis ni bentuk X. I never wanna see you buat macam ni. You buat T dulu and then you buat across. This one akan nanti bila you nak lukis, you susah sikit you nak draw dia punya orientation lah. So kalau boleh buat X dulu and then you buat dia punya axis. So you buat X and then you draw the center axis. And then never forget to label the axis. So Z, and make sure your punya label is coherent with other axis. So Y, X, and then X. So untuk p orbital, we have 3 orientation. So we have 3 orientation. So we have, doesn't matter, tak kisah you nak buat yang mana satu, but you have to draw all lah. So we have px and then py and then pz. Okay, so how we draw the orbitals? I'm gonna draw in pink juga. So kalau px, maksudnya the orbital is right on top of x axis. So cara you nak draw, okay, buat macam drop air hujan. So like this. Okay, so dia tirus dekat atas and then bulat dekat bawah, like that. So you draw right from the center, besar and then kecil, and then do the same thing sebab dia ada 2 side. Okay, so like that, and then you colorkan. You boleh untuk tak nak colorkan, tapi I prefer untuk you colorkan so that it really show that you punya orbital is directly on top of the axis lah. And then same thing untuk py, tapi sekarang dekat y axis. Like that, dia punya orbital. Where it is dekat tengah dia kurus, dekat atas dia gemuk sikit. Kurus, dekat sini gemuk ke atas. So untuk pz, dekat z axis. Alright, so that's why I suruh you buat axis using pens, and untuk orbital you draw it using pencils. So sometimes biasalah, kadang kita buat tirus ni tersengit, kita tak suka, kita nak betulkan, kita boleh padam. Okay, so far with p orbitals. Okay, saya tak nampak korang So, saya tak tahu korang okey ke tak ni. Hidup ke lagi pajar-pajarku ni. Okay, good. Saya dah tengok korang. Oh, nasib baik korang hidup lagi. Okay, so let's go with L equal to 2. Alright, so I promise you this is the last one, and tapi this is also the hardest one lah. Tapi don't worry, I will show you the techniques untuk draw lah. So L equal to tadi kita ada 2 kan? So we have d orbital. Apa saya tulis ni? Orbital. Okay, d orbital is just 2 dumbbells together lah. So dia macam bentuk macam ni lah, basically, with the exception of 1. So d, m value dia tadi ada 5 kan? So we have plus 2, plus 1, 0, negative 1 and negative 2. Alright, so we have 5 orientation. So we need to draw 5 axes dulu lah. So the first thing, you always draw the axis dulu. Draw the axis dulu. So draw the axis 5. So one thing, because it is very easy untuk ingat, so how I draw it, I draw 3 axis dekat atas. 3 axis dekat atas, which is the normal axis. Okay, don't mind the ugliness of the axis. You should use pembaris. And then we draw 2 axis, the special orbital dekat bawah, like that. Okay. And same thing, kita label the axis Z, 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 and then Z. Okay, I like to label one by one sebab I want to make sure I label them all coherently and all are the same. So atas is Y, I label dia. Okay, and then kita ada X, 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 and then X. Okay, untuk this, you only need to hafal macam saya cakap tadi, only 2 lah, 2 axis. So the first one, okay, so the first one is the first 3 is quite easy lah. So the first 3, you just gabungkan 2 axis, that's it. Just make sure dia tak berulang. So first saya nak gabung DZY lah, so DZY. The second one, saya dah gabung DZ dengan Y, saya nak gabung DZ dengan X lah, DZ, X. And last one, saya dah gabung, apa lagi yang saya tak gabung antara 2? Kalau X dengan Z, it will be the same sini. So Y dengan X. Okay, boleh. Untuk the 2, untuk yang ni, you guys kena hafal lah. So it is dx squared minus y squared and then dz squared. Itu je. So this one you guys kena hafal, and the other 3 tu you guys boleh figure out. Okay, this one yang you guys have a bit special ni lah, special thing yang you have to do, because I use this color lah. So untuk lukis DZY, so you nampak Y axis dengan Z axis. So what you need to do is you draw parallel lines to the axis. So untuk Z you draw parallel line. You draw parallel lines, right? Okay. And then you draw parallel lines to the Y axis as well. So Y axis. Okay. And then okay. So far boleh ke? Okay. So far okay. So you draw the parallel line kepada axis, both of the axis yang ada dalam nama dia lah. Okay. So now untuk lukis the orbitals, okay, I also will use pink. Okay, you start sama macam center tadi, alright, and make sure dia punya bahagian yang buntut orbitals tu dekat corner of each intersected parallel line. So you buat like that, and then like that. and then the other axis is like that, and then the other one is Allah. Sekejap saya ingat. Aduh, tak apa. Hayya, menyusahkan masyarakat betul lah. Okay, so draw it. Okay, and then this one. Okay, one thing that I need you guys untuk, why I want you guys to draw it using, oh lama, masa dah habis Okay, I'll be quick lah. Reason why I wanna use ni pencil, because you guys boleh padam nanti. So for example here, the orbital sebenarnya kat depan, so you boleh colourkan, you boleh padamkan the axis lah actually. So you boleh padamkan the axis. So untuk nampakkan macam axis tu duduk dekat belakang. Okay, make sense now? Nampak tak bentuk dia? Okay, untuk this axis also same, sama macam tadi. I'll be a bit quick. So ZX, so you buat parallel line to Z dengan X, right? So you buat, do the same thing macam saya buat tu, and then draw daripada center ke penghujung, and also daripada center ke penghujung. So also the same untuk Y and Z. So Y dengan X. Alright, so don't worry, nanti I akan upload a video where I will show you how I draw it dekat on top of the paper lah. So untuk X squared, Y squared, this one is super easy. Okay, just tengok X dengan Y. So the orbital is right on top of X axis and right on top of Y axis, like that. And then untuk Z squared, Y squared, it's just that there's one orbital on top of Z axis and we have a donut ring keliling dia. So it's just that the donut ring, so that's why I suka guna. Hayya, tak apalah, saya lukis dulu. So that is how we draw the axis lah, then dia punya orbitals. Okay, so this is the 5 orbitals yang you guys need to draw for D lah. So D ada banyak sikit. I'm sorry for going over the time, but so this is the end of the class, and I also will upload another video, an extra video, just to teach you how to draw the orbitals.